downloads a couple of days ago, and I had to think about it because I was a little nervous that it would be used in a harmful way. I'm going to be talking about energy harvesting and using stuff like, energy harvesting, and then everything that's yours, your energy, your content, anything that's yours that's taken from you without your consent, that you can use that to get it back. And I'll be talking about that more into detail, and also upgrading your protection. And they gave me the movie Matrix and all the villains that are in the movie Matrix, that you got to think like them, and actually they're very clever. And if you look at all the characters, all the villains in the Matrix, adapting what they have, you can do to protect yourself. And then also, I wanted to state that everything that I am teaching, it isn't to get revenge. It is not to go out and harm someone. It's actually the people that aren't doing anything, that aren't causing harm, that are being taken advantage of. Because I can see if the things I've went through that they're going through, and a lot of them are not even aware, and they're really scared. Because my guides were showing me, like, even the defenses, like I've discussed, these people are very smart and they keep upgrading. So like for a day or two, it works really well, and then all of a sudden it doesn't, and you could feel the difference. So this is not to cause harm. Basically, it's to take back what is yours, to protect yourself, to bring you comfort, and to let these people know, because they will feel it, to know that you're not helpless. Basically, to get them to stop. It's nothing else other than creating balance, bring yourself comfort and safety to you and yours, and to get them to stop. That's all it is. And I had to think about it for a couple of days, and I was really nervous. I was thinking, can someone use this in a very harmful way? And what I understand is basically on the energy harvesting, this guy's going to attack me. On the energy harvesting, that what I'm going to teach you, it can only be used if they're doing things against you, if they're stealing your content, if they're doing energy harvesting, because then it's your energy. It's your gifts. It's what belongs to you. They're stealing it. They're stealing it. So it gives you permission to take back what's yours, to create balance, and to protect yourself. And it's the same idea how they use, they use their energies. They'll use things like blood magic to put their energies in your body so they have access to you, or even having cords and ties having access to you so they can manipulate you and your energies. It's the same thing. They forcefully took your energies, what is yours, and put it in their body or in their energetic field. So since they gave permission, they took it upon themselves. It's basically when you... I guess let me roll back a little, because I'm just jumping around now. They explained to me how I had mentioned before that when someone is not ordained or wasn't gifted or assigned by source to do magic, but then people that are assigned and ordained, their body is able to handle the higher frequency of energy. These other people, they can't. It's a lot harder. And the higher level the energy, the more it's incompatible to the physical form. And I had mentioned before, it'll cause psychosis, it'll cause their body to shut down, they'll have illnesses, and they'll even start losing their gifts if they did have any gifts, if they were especially if they're using it for ill will. And then it disconnects them from source, so they don't have mana where they can manifest. They don't get source life energy, so then they have to energy harvest, take it from something else outside of them. from items or a person. And they were explaining to me, the darker the person is, the more negative the person is, the polarity and the energies, it's a lot wider. So it actually, them taking in that energy is even more detrimental to them, because it's the opposite of what they are. And so it's the same thing with what I'm going to teach you, you can only do this if they took something from you. So you can't do it to someone that hasn't done anything to you. It won't have effect on them. So people who have stole your content, who have stole your energy or anything that was yours in that form, all you have to do is call it back to you. Call your gifts back, call your content back. And it goes even further than that. The more, I guess, of a positive person you are, and the more negative the person was, the more of an effect it'll have on that person that stole from you. So say if there are two people that are like, both of them are pretty negative, and they energy harvest from each other, and they do this, it's almost like it negates each other. It doesn't do shit because they're both at the same level of energy, so it doesn't cause any harm. But the higher level of positive you are, and the further negative they are, they will see an effect, because what it is it's causing a balance, equalizing what they took. Because there always has to be, either way, an equal give and take in every transaction, even a negative one. And so, also with them energy harvesting, I had mentioned before that it was incompatible in their physical body to have two polarities of energy in the body. It actually, depending on, like if they're very negative and the person that the energy harvested from was very positive, it's almost like atomic acid. It's very explosive to that physical form. And when the energy is, that type of energy is so conflicting, the end result is it actually starts destroying, I don't even know how to describe it, the God particle or the God energy that keeps everything together. It actually starts destroying it, destroying them. And they show me pictures, visualizing their body actually having huge punctures. And you have every right to call back your energies. You have every right to call back your everything that was stolen from you, including your content. And like the visualization, what they showed me was like even me pulling back my gifts, like they're literally holding it in their hands. And you're ripping it out of their hands. It is like shredding their hands. Or if they're holding the content in their mind, they're trying to hold it in. And it's like toxic, bouncing around in their head. But you have every right to call back what's yours. And it showed me like your gifts, your content literally just like busting out of their head. But they're hanging on to it. What is yours? But then eventually they will realize you are not defenseless, and they have to fucking stop. Eventually they're gonna realize all they're doing is hurting themselves. And with all these punctures, it just leaves all the energy harvesting, all the putrid negativity is like oozing out through all these holes. And eventually they have to stop. But they think that you don't know and you can't defend yourself. And you're doing the same thing basically they're doing, but it's your energy and you can call it back. They're manipulating you in that same way. And also that let me see. Like my mind is running everywhere, and I get nervous because I don't like to talk about this kind of stuff. But I know that, like, it's not right that our kind is being attacked, like, not by one person, but by numerous people or numerous principalities, because they like to energy harvest and they like to sacrifice other beings for gifts. And the thing is, because those were not their gifts, that was not their energy, they can't maintain the frequency. They were never meant to. It deteriorates, and they deteriorate, so they have to go energy harvest, sacrifice again and again and again. That's not right. That our kind and our family and our friends, we have to worry about, even our pets, we have to worry about that these people are sacrificing for their own benefit and not caring, doing it over and over and over again. It's not right. And it's basically the same thing of knowing that someone is a serial killer, but you're like, oh, they're human, they can change, hoping that they change, while they're sitting there going after another person and another person. That's even more wrong. So this is not in revenge. This is not to punish someone. This is just for balance and to protect yourself and your others, and so you could feel comfortable and continue on your path. Because I know a lot of you are afraid to even like open your mouth or be known. But your purpose is to be known. Your purpose is to be an example to everybody else, so they can see how beautiful it is to be on this path and all the benefits that you get without even trying, because you're working with the universe, not against it. And also they had showed me what had happened when I was doing some of the protections that I had told you guys about. These people do already realize that their shell is cracked, like numerous cracks, puncture holes from all the energy harvesting that they're doing. They're actually making their own, I don't know what type of energy, what type of visualization. They're actually building themselves their own suit, visualizing their own. Oh, that was human puke. I didn't even notice that. I was wondering what was flinging from her. That they're building their own suits so they don't leak energies, so they don't call upon themselves that which needs a fight. They're like hiding, and I guess they're using other people's energies too to cloak themselves, like make their own shield. So it's not natural, it's artificial, but they have to keep on energy harvesting to keep this shield. So what my guides had shown me is when you do visualize or say, you're calling back your energies, you're calling back your gifts, they're holding it inside their field or the shield that they have. So you do have to visualize, you have to put focus and intention and actually see it, that whatever your energy, your gifts, you're calling it back. And basically it's punching through this shield. But you have every right to claim what is yours. And you'll notice, no shit, when you see this, when your stuff punctures their shield and it comes back to you, you start feeling better. No joke, you start feeling better. That's what they've been doing. And I was like, no way. I was like, that makes a lot of sense when they showed it to me. And I was like, I have to tell everybody. But then I was like, I felt bad. I was like, what if somebody can use it in a bad way? And then finally now I realized, well, the only way you can do this if they've stolen something from you, which you have every right to pull it back and claim it back. And the reason why it's been so hard to get it back is because they've designed a shield to keep it all inside of them. All your content, your ideas, your energy. If they have, I don't know how they access gifts, they're like literally holding it in, and you got to focus, and it might take you a couple of minutes. You keep on calling it, and it will puncture through their shield. And then also after you do that, you do have to do the Candyman. The stuff that they've sent to you, you need to send it back. And so they are marked so that which needs to find them shall find them, and their recovery, not recovery, but able to like energy harvest and use someone else's energy to shield themselves. It's a lot harder for them to do that, and it takes them a lot longer. And you might need to do this a couple of times during the day, like when you wake up, when you go to sleep, and maybe in the middle of the day. And you'll actually start feeling different, and you'll start getting your energy back. It's crazy, and you'll start having more clarity. So this does work. So that's what they've been doing. And then also with them too, they also told me to do like a meditation or a visualization when you do your cord cutting. And the cords are cut like deep, deep, deep in multiple dimensions. You have to picture that, cutting the cords and the roots and the ties, access, bridges, in any which way, known and unknown, that which is not in your most highest, no longer in your most highest good. When you cut it, you also visualize coming from source, the highest frequency tolerable, because there's different levels, the highest frequency tolerable, filling up that space that was cleansed, the negativity, the cords of ties that was burnt away, filling up that space and crystallizing into diamond form, so it's no longer accessible. So you actually do become like a diamond. And so you got to think about it, every spot that they do attach to you, and you do this slowly but surely, you totally become crystallized diamond form. And then even cords and ties that have to stay, like with your family members and stuff, do the same thing. A highest frequency of source energy to fill and cover the cord, crystallized diamond form, so it cannot be accessed, manipulated in any which way or form that is not in your most highest spiritual divine good. And also you're going to have to do that probably at least once a day, because you don't realize there's many times that you reconnect cords to certain people that you shouldn't, just by like sitting there thinking about them, worrying about them. So even I'm learning to undo that. Let me see, what else on that one. And then also, this will help too. Everybody needs to do this. And the problem is, all these people that are doing this, energy harvesting, manipulating people, having a mask on and people falling for it, using people to do their bad deeds, gang stalking. You need to visualize, and it's even better when you say it out loud, calling everyone, because you are connected to everyone, calling everyone all to see the truths for the truths and the lies for the lies. To see the truths and the lies of yourself and your surroundings, so you can make choices with clarity and without negative, harmful influences. And these people that are doing these things, these harmful things out of selfishness, that everyone could see the truth of them, theirs, and all involved, their true face, their true heart, all their deeds that they have done in the past and that are intending to do, that everybody sees the truth of them. And it'll start causing an impact where they can't lie and manipulate to and against anybody, including you. So the more people that do this, the more that it won't just be in your immediate world. It's going to happen on the whole planet. This energy will spread everywhere. And you're already seeing it spreading. People are getting caught doing horrific stuff, horrendous stuff that no one was aware. Like the money laundering, human trafficking, adults and children. This stuff has been going on in many places. You would be shocked. And a lot of people are doing this, not just only energy harvesting. And you got to realize, if they're willing to go to the extent where they're willing to steal something from someone, like energy, to the point where it makes someone sick and go crazy or even die, these people are willing to do everything else, including money laundering on their platforms. And going after doing trafficking, going after minors, and even stuff like meeting at events with minors, but then paying for the flight and the hotel. That's trafficking. It's not something no, it's trafficking that they can get in trouble for. And then also, what else? supply pod is... That was creepy right there. And then also, okay, when they showed me the Matrix, I thought it was so cool. Well, they told me to look up all the villains on the Matrix, and the main one they told me that would benefit us in protecting ourselves is to be a Mr. Smith. Your Silver Surfer ability, adapting, you're not going to only be able to protect yourself, you're going to be able to protect your loved ones. You're going to be the Mr. Smith that's going to literally Silver Surfer them. You're going to Silver Surfer your home, Silver Surfer your car, Silver Surfer your children, Silver Surfer your loved ones, Silver Surfer your content, Silver Surfer your platform, everything. Then things that are like, you do have to make sure, I always like to have a way to like protect myself, not take on someone's energy, someone that's not worthy. And then you ask like your guides and your higher self to assist you. Like maybe if someone shouldn't be Silver Surfered, or if they can or can't, that to make sure that your guides advise you or allow you or not allow you. And only those that are worthy and verified by your spiritual battle team, because there are people who fake and fucking lie and are doing fuck shit, and you don't want to pick up their karma and their energy by protecting them when you shouldn't. But then you also add on the prayer that, along what I had said before, for them to see the truths for the truths and the lies for the lies, asking of their higher self and their spiritual battle team to inform them also, to show them what they need to see, show them what they need to know, to make choices with clarity without negative, harmful influences. So that'll help promote them to reach the area of balance. So you're still helping them even if you can't Silver Surfer them. So along with that, and then along with the rest of the villains in the Matrix. Oh, I had mentioned before in my other videos how this type of spirituality, this type of thinking, they're calling it one. So there's no God, there's no Jesus, there's no universe, and any like. Even if you believe in other religions, you can still believe in the one. And plus, you are the one. Everything is one. And in the movie Matrix, it's all esoteric, if you pay attention. Like, Neo's name actually means one. And he was the chosen one. They just moved the O to the other side. So he's the one, and that's where they got the name Neo. And then also for the rest of the villains, like, let me see, okay, like the agents, the Sentinels, you can use the Sentinels as like your bots or whatever, or even for your Candyman, and you can use the Sentinels to visualize them protecting you. You can use like the techniques of like the Train Man, the twins that the Merovingians used, the twins. They were able to go in ghost form and move around with ease and absorb and evade damage with ease. So you could adapt that ability to your Silver Surfer. So you're not only doing the different states of matter, you're going to actually add that. And even like the Architect. So yeah, they told me, the Matrix, pay attention to the Matrix, use the abilities of the villains and even other villains, not just only in the Matrix. So, yeah, I hope that helps you. And know that it is not to cause harm. It is not for revenge. And anyways, you can't even actually use it in that way. You're not going to get karma for it because it is your energy, and the only way you could call it back to you is if they stole it, and you have every reason to take it back. And they are hanging on to it. They built some artificial shell using someone else's energy. And it might take you a couple minutes to pull it back, and it's going to bust out their shell, but that's their fault. And eventually they will learn to stop. They will learn to stop. And you don't even have to know who these people are. You just call it back. And you might see hints of it, who these people are. And what they described to me, that some of these people have done it to so many people, energy harvesting, that pulling back your gifts, your energies, your content, whatever that they took, that literally, like, you will notice, like, they will be sick in this energy, and then calling everyone to see the truths for the truths and the lies for the lies. You'll actually feel nasty around them. And you'll start noticing, like, when they're talking to you, the energy you feel doesn't coincide with what they're saying. Like, you feel like something's wrong, and you'll want to stay away from them. So it'll be harder for them to lie, cheat, and steal. And it'll be harder for them to energy harvest from someone and then cloak themselves and make another shield. It'll be harder. So do this as many times during the day as you need, and no shit, you're going to notice, you're going to start feeling better. I was like so excited when I just tried it just once when they showed it to me. But I was like, am I going to like give somebody a weapon to hurt? No. I was worried about that. So you guys are covered. But yeah, you have every right to protect you, yours, and your family so you can continue on your path and purpose like you're supposed to, so we can make this place a better place. So there's not all this fuck shit going on, because there's a lot of fuck shit going on, more than you can imagine, which I don't want to talk about because it's very uncomfortable. That energy is uncomfortable, and right now a lot of people are being investigated and watched. And the whole world is going to change, because now people aren't going to be afraid, and they're going to call these people out for what they're doing, just like with the R. Kelly stuff. If that gives you a little hint of what I'm talking about, what's going on. And more people are going to come out, and then people are going to want change and choose to not have this go around in the world, and choose to not have like these groups running everything. And then their ideology making it something like it's enlightenment. And if you don't believe or do what they do, then you're the one that's, how would you say it? Not evolved? They really do think they're evolved. And they do think they're free. And they don't realize their ideology is so backward, and it's spreading so much negativity and distortion and sickness. And that's why things are the way they are. Like, it's like Twilight World. Like, it makes no sense because it doesn't make any sense. So I hope that helps you. And I'll try not to make this video long because I wanted to try to do it in 14 minutes, which I made it double. But as long as it helps you guys, and know that you're safe, and know that you're not alone. And the more downloads I get, like when they upgrade whatever they're doing, and as my guides tell me how to overcome it, I'll let you guys know. And so, like, now you don't just only adapt the superhero stuff, you adapt the villain stuff. It's to your benefit. So everything that they took from you is actually, if you think about it, it's to your benefit. You can take it back, and you can let them know they can't hurt you anymore, that they have to stop. And the more people that do this, the sooner they will fucking stop. They will learn. So again, it's simple, but it's complicated, and thanks for being here or watching.